Hello and welcome back. Today's video we're going to do a let's build, so I'm going to do this quite slow. If it's slightly too slow I will speed a few parts up, but first of all I thought I would build like a kind of like a traditional kind of farmhouse type of a house. I just googled a few pictures online and I'll probably insert one for you to see that I was referencing. Yeah, but this just goes to show though with these like let's build videos how long it actually takes you to build a house on The Sims. I get so involved with building and I always forget just how long I actually take to put it all together and make it look how I exactly want it. But when you do speed builds it just goes so quick that you're just not sure. So here I am just trying to figure out my placement of the house. Yeah, I did do a voiceover with this as I was filming it, but I had a lot of interruptions, so I thought I would just refilm. I'm going to say exactly the same stuff, but I just thought I'd refilm it. So in this house, it's a single story house, but it does look like it's got more rooms, but it doesn't. But I start off with this shape, and I realise it looks quite boxy, and I feel it doesn't, it's actually quite small to begin with. I do add more to it, but yeah, so here I am just trying to work out which kind of windows I would want, because I was looking on the image that I was looking at, and I just wanted to see what sort of windows would suit the house better. I wasn't trying to, make it exactly the same as the house I was looking at on Google, but I thought, you might as well try and make it a bit different. So here I'm just trying to work out, I couldn't decide whether or not I wanted to add more shape to the house or if I wanted to keep it slightly boxier, but I realised it was so small, so I thought I needed to add a few more rooms. And here I'm just trying to work out as well, because on the image you obviously can't see the back of the house, so I just tried to work out what I wanted to do myself. I didn't know if I wanted to do like a little sunroom. I didn't know whether I wanted to have like outdoor dining areas. I just couldn't work out with this part what I thought was needed, but created kind of my base shape. I think I edit it a little bit, but then I go on to doing my roofing, which is part of the Sims that I enjoy the least. I'm not the sort of person that thinks it's really fun. Sorry if you can hear my dog, he's literally like next to me, and he's so needy, so if you can hear him breathing, he's literally right by my microphone and he's very noisy, so sorry about that. But yeah, I typically spend not a lot of time on, I kind of go with it and go, yeah, that looks good, and then leave it. But hopefully, I think it looked really nice when it came together. I always usually like size my roofs down so much, but I feel like they don't look very homely. So this is just me doing the roof, and then I'm trying to work out whether or not I want if I need more space, because it's quite a small lot. This is actually placed in Brindleton Bay, and it's on one of the smaller lots near like the top of the map. I can't remember exactly where it was, and then I just resize a few bits, bring bits forward, because I just realised that some of the house just didn't look exactly how I wanted it. So this bit may take a little bit of time. I may speed through this part, then speeding through this bit, so it's kind of a let's build / speed build, because I thought watching me do this roof was really tedious and I couldn't work out how to get this to blend for the life of me, and then I realised, oh, I needed to drag it a bit more, and then it started to blend and it looked quite good. I didn't know how high I wanted it to go, but I think that looks quite good, and it's added a bit of shade to the balcony area, but it didn't, and I just thought that looked pretty good. And then here I couldn't work out whether or not I needed a bigger room, and decide how to do it. I think I edit this bit later because I don't keep this roof how it is. I don't like how it looks in this part, but then I just add these little bits to the top to make it look a bit more, I don't know, not like a box. I feel like sometimes when you don't add these sort of bits that they don't, it makes it look really boxy otherwise. And I also couldn't decide like what sort of windows to have in there either, but I think I chose some okay looking windows. But then I go on to doing the kind of front porch area. I don't know what do we call this in the UK? I'm not actually sure. I just went back and referenced the picture and just had a look at where the front bit is and where the door goes in the picture on Google, and I quite like the seasons doors for this house. I think it would have suited it a lot better. I do like limiting myself sometimes to some packs, so I feel like maybe in my next build, if anyone has any recommendations what packs to limit my next one to, that would be great, because I know that some people don't have all of the packs, so it's good to obviously limit yourself to a few, because I know I just go a bit pack happy. And I think in the next part of this video I purchased Strangerville. I haven't played it yet, so I may do a video of myself playing Strangerville. I'm not sure if that's of interest, but I know a lot of people did it when it came out, but I've never played it, and I think it's nice to see different people's views on the game. And I really like all of the stuff that comes in that pack. I think it's really quite cool. I've never I kind of didn't, it wasn't really my vibe, and I didn't really look at any of the videos, but then I had a look at the pack and thought, you know what, I'm gonna bite the bullet, I'm gonna buy it. And then yeah, I don't have all the packs, so I'm not one of those people that I have every single pack to use, so I don't get that happy with using packs in my builds, but I do use pretty much all my packs. And I'm sad to say I own my first pet stuff, which is such a waste of money, but I do use a few of the items, surprisingly. And then here I couldn't work out which beams to use, so I kind of went for more plain, because I think that was more the vibe of the house in the picture. And then just put one in the middle there as well, which I think looks really cute, very rustic. The theme I went for inside the house as well. I think I kind of didn't have an idea. I kind of just, because I'm not really that clued up on how certain houses look. You kind of just like have a guess yourself, don't you, really, and try and see what you can do. And then this is the back porch area, which I think I kind of turned into like a sitting area. I think I add a roof as well to the top. I don't think I leave it bare like that. But watching these, I've watched a few of these like let's build series, and it does make you realise how you feel like you're building really fast, like when you're doing it, but watching it back I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so slow. But I feel like they're really helpful, and showing actually to speed gives you an idea of how people build and what they start with and all the tips and tricks that people use. I am in no way like, I wouldn't say I'm a talented builder, but I enjoy doing it, so I always feel like, what's the harm in me doing something I enjoy? Sorry, my dog's moving again. So yeah, I enjoy doing it, so why not? My boyfriend says this all the time. He's like, why wouldn't you do something you enjoy? And I'm like, I don't know, I feel like people might think it's really boring, or if I'm boring, but I thought I might as well put myself out there, because I enjoy it. And yeah, and then I couldn't decide what to do with this part here of this house. I'm not sure I completely like it in the end either, but I feel like it's one of those things you start fiddling too much and then you hate the build altogether, so I kind of like ignored it. And it's at the back of the house, so you don't really see it all that much. But I don't hate it. I feel like it will do. And this isn't the colour of the roof I go for. I don't think I've changed the colour yet. But I do make it look a bit more of a farm kind of style roof. Yeah, here I choose these. This like kind of looks like corrugated card. Has anyone ever like used corrugated card before? Because that's what I feel like it looks like. But yeah, I don't know why I've stopped for so long here. These are the parts where I think, oh my gosh, this takes you forever. And then here I'm just trying to work out what kind of oh my gosh, wallpaper, not wallpaper, but like brick or outside paneling that I want to use for the house. I think I went with this white up and down, like a vertical kind of paneling. And then I do make the side chimney. I think it's got like a kind of a stone wall, and I moved the chimney I think in the end because I didn't like where it was on the other side of this house. But Brindleton Bay is probably one of my more favorite areas to build. I just like I love the landscaping around it, and I just love the area. I love dogs and I love cats, so mainly dogs, but I just thought it looked so nice up here, this kind of like rusticy kind of farmhouse up in the hills of Brindleton Bay, and I thought it'd be really cute with a family with a dog. I did put a household in here at the end to like play test all the rooms, which worked fine, which is amazing. And I actually really like the household that I put in here, so I was like, oh my gosh, I really want to keep them here. I think they would be a really cute family. They've got a dog at the minute, a little puppy, but I think like I'd love them to like make the house bigger as they go, so maybe if it moves, I don't know, or just like add additions to it. And then here I'm just using the bb.moveobjects cheat. If you want to use this house, you probably should place that, because I think I move things up and down in here, but I'm not sure. But if you don't have that on, sometimes objects can move. But I'm just trying to place my chimney, which I always struggle to place my chimney first time round. I don't know why. It's not something that should be very difficult, but it just never works for me first time. I always have to like move around the house before I start doing it. But here is pretty much like the base of our house. I'm just thinking I'm going to add some windows next. Is that what I'm going to do next? Yeah, windows. See, I knew what I was doing next. Windows go next, and I always kind of, terrible to say, I love these seasons windows. I think they just look really, they kind of just go with the theme of the house. It annoys me that the door is white though, that comes with season, but the windows have the black inside. I don't know why that annoys me. It kind of just does. But yeah, I use this big one, but I do swap some windows around, and then when I'm building, I think I swap some too. But I didn't really have much of an idea. I always feel like people say like, oh, I had this idea for this build, but I didn't for this one. But I feel like if you have a reference image, it's good to try and have a look and see what you would like. And this, I actually really like the floor plan I did for this house. This isn't the finished floor plan. I change it a lot because obviously in a single story house you have to factor in, you need bedrooms and bathrooms downstairs. I know a lot of houses in England, well, especially my house doesn't have a bathroom downstairs, so my dog is making the weirdest noises. Yeah, my house doesn't have a bathroom downstairs, so yeah, you kind of forget to factor it in if it's a single story house if you're not used to single story houses. But I think what I chose, I think this house in the end, it had 2 bathrooms and 2 bedrooms, which is actually pretty decent for a house. And here I was just trying to work out which windows I wanted for these little top bits here. I just couldn't decide at all what I wanted, but it's okay. I think I just go for the seasons windows and just put 2 on each side. I think it looked nice. I think it came together really nicely. Buzz, sorry, my dog is literally making the weirdest noises. Oh, stop. Okay, sorry. He's so annoying. If I had my camera on right now, you would be laughing. He's literally rolling around all over the place. Keeps looking at me. And then here I couldn't decide. Buzz! See, I said I took away the other voiceover because I had so many interruptions, but oh my goodness, I'm having just the same amount right now with my dog. But here I'm just deciding what windows to put on this top bit. You can change this as it obviously doesn't go with the rest of the windows, but I still think it looked nice. Once I decorated the front of the house with, you know, plant pots and things, I think it looked pretty good. And that is pretty much the structure done. I don't think I add anything else, and I think the only thing I do is move the chimney to the other side, so it goes where my floor plan is, which is I think where I put the lounge living area. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm just adding some flooring here. And then here I just cut out a bit of footage because it was kind of pointless. But here I'm just trying to think of a floor plan. I think it changes a few times. I was trying to work out where I wanted like my living space, and then I realised obviously I need to add a kitchen area and a dining area. I obviously thought I didn't have enough space, so I moved this part. Oh, this is where I have my roof struggles. I thought it was the other bit and I was like, it's definitely not. But this is the part because obviously I have this weird little patch here and I can't remember what I do with it. I think I maybe move... Yeah, I think I struggle with this, so probably ignore this footage for a minute. Okay, so I just speed this part up because it really kind of stressed me out watching this back because it was a stressful experience when I was doing it. I was like, what have you done? That looks awful. But anyways, it kind of works what I did, but like I said, I don't enjoy doing roofs in The Sims, so sorry if I offend you with my lack of skills, but I think it came together in the end. I didn't hate it. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, that is horrible. But yeah, I don't love it either. But yeah, it kind of looks okay. It's not the worst thing I've seen in my whole entire life. But then I go back to doing the floor plan at normal speed because I just thought it's quite interesting to see how different people map out their floor plans. So to have 2 bedrooms in this house, I put one at the front, which at the time I probably should have made bigger and made it the master bedroom, having it at the front of the house. I don't know why. I always find if it was me, I wouldn't want my child's room at the front. I don't know, but that's probably just me being weird. But yeah, so I give the child the bedroom at the front, but it doesn't have to be a child. It could be another adult if you wanted it to be. My vision for this household was I have 2 lovely Sims that are married. Their names are Finley and what's the other one's name? I can't remember, but they're both very family oriented, and they both really want that big happy family. I know it's not an ideal house, but to begin with, whilst they're starting out on their careers, I just thought this would be the perfect house to settle down into and hopefully have a first child in. Yeah, and they also have a dog, so I do decorate this with a few pet items as well to fill up the space. But here I'm just trying to work out, so that front room I do choose to be a bedroom, and then there's a smaller bathroom, but it's still a really decent size. It's still got a bath and a shower, which both work, and toilet and sink, so it's a really decent size. Sorry, my dog again is moving. Buzz! Good boy. And then I decided to make the next room off of that bathroom a master bedroom, and then the back room is the ensuite for them and has the washer dryer in there if you do like using laundry, but obviously not everyone does, so you can obviously take it out if you do not. And then this back room here is going to be the kitchen and living room. I never keep my kitchen and living room like together in a separate room. It's usually like an open plan house when I have my kitchen and living space, so I thought it was quite nice to keep it separate in this house, because I think it went really well with like the kind of typical farmhouse theme. Not sure, I never lived in a farmhouse, so I wouldn't know. Then I'm just placing these lights just so I can see exactly what I'm doing within the house, because I don't know about you, but it annoys me when it's really dark and you can't see what you're doing. So I think I move on to doing the living space first. I think I'm going to show you all maybe just that room, and then I'll cut it and do the next video in a different one. So I'm just adding the doors to all the rooms to separate, so I know exactly where there's going to be entrances. So I kind of keep it that it is that back bathroom is an ensuite. You cannot access it unless you go through the bedroom. So the main bathroom is that smaller one that guests would have to use, and the children, obviously in The Sims, when they start doing their own thing, they obviously will use any bathroom that they want. But that was like my vision, is that that will be the parents' bedroom and bathroom, and no one else is to trespass and go in. I actually this is the first time I've ever looked at a house and gone, I'm actually very proud of my floor plan. And here I wanted some beams inside the house, and I couldn't work out how to do it until I realised I needed a wall to place it, because I was like, why is it not coming out? And then me being silly and a bit dumb, after another attempt at trying to join them, I realised I needed a wall. So I go in and get a wall to create my beams, kind of just to separate the hallway and the living space, but not obviously. So yeah, I just use the same beams that I use on the outside, just so it's a bit more cohesive. Is that the right word? I don't know if I'm using that in the right context. I am useless at that sort of stuff, but I think that looks quite cute to separate the living space and the kind of hallway. But obviously the hallway is tiny, so it doesn't need to be separated too much. And then I'm just adding this wooden floor. I know a lot of people add all the same floor throughout the house and change as they go, but I kind of just do all my floors how I want them. Yeah, I don't decorate the halls and the floors and the walls as I go. Sometimes it depends on the build, but most of the time, if I know what I'm doing, I will do all the floors first. So I put the carpet in the bedrooms, so it was like a freshly furnished, refurbished bedrooms, and then I think I go for like a nice wood in the kitchen and some tiles in the bathroom. But I think because I've taken so long showing you, oh here I go, I'm going to show you, but after I finish doing the tiles, I'm going to leave this video and hopefully move on to decorating the inside in the next one. So after I do this, I will, couldn't decide as well what I wanted to do. And this is when I realised I probably don't want that. Sorry, I've said goodbye and now I'm saying I don't want that fireplace there, so I'm going to move that. So now I'm going to move the fireplace. Well, the chimney. It's not the fireplace, it's the chimney, but the fireplace will go there eventually. So I'm going to move it to the other side. Yeah, I put it just here where in the lounge area, and I really like how it turns out. It actually suits this side of the house a lot more than the other side, so I'm actually really pleased with where I put it in the end. And yeah, so I think I'm going to leave this video here. So if you enjoyed, please thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you in the next part. Bye!